everybody, Flik here, and welcome to a Let's Look At of Wasteland 2. This is the early beta build 39080. So what you're seeing here is not a finished product. It's available via the Steam Early Access program, and it's by In Exile Entertainment. I've spent about 7 hours with it at this point. I'm very addicted, and I am very impressed with what they have here so far. It's a game similar to the very old Fallout games, I would say, 1 and 2. With a little bit of old school RPG mixed in, as well as say something more recent like Shadowrun Returns, a little bit of XCOM, that kind of thing as well. As I say, I do have a game in progress, but for the sake of this video I will go to a new game and show you character creation and so on. And yeah, that giant scorpion in the background moves. So this is a post-apocalyptic game. You play as a new recruit to the Rangers, and you can make custom characters, or you can pick from pre-made just to save you a bit of time, and the pre-made ones usually fit some kind of criteria, like for example Fade is an infiltrator, we've got Cold Eye as a sniper, Cherry Bomb is a demolitions expert, Pills is a medic, and so on and so on. And all the way down at the bottom we'll actually have 2 custom characters I made. Like the very first one I made is a former YouTuber turned Wasteland sniper because internet. And then the second one is a Russian I made whose description is hello, I am Russian. That's just for fun, really. I guess we'll make a brand new custom character just to show that off, but then I will just fill out the rest with the pre-made just to save a little bit of time. So we're going to make a new character, and we get to distribute 7 points. Now I guess we have to decide what type of character to make. As I was saying there, my main character, actually I don't think I mentioned it, he's a sniper. Not a very good one. I wasn't very clever with where I put my points, so I've already done a sniper. Let's try a in-your-face shotgun guy. Yeah, let's try that. So don't need a lot of luck, so we can save some points there. Don't need to be charismatic because I have a shotgun. Survival points per level, ability to read high level books. I'll leave intelligence where it is. Don't need to be that clever because I've got a shotgun, or will have a shotgun once we get that far. Speed is movement points. This I need to be quite high because it also affects your initiative, and initiative in combat I find massively important, so we'll put at least 2 into that for now, maybe more later. Strength is how much HP you have, how much melee damage you do, how much you can carry, and number of action points, which is also massively important. So this is actually going to go all the way up to good at 8. Awareness is initiative as well. Chance to evade, put 2 into that I think. Leaves us with 2 more points. Coordination, number of action points, bonus range to it. Oh, that should probably be higher then. Take speed down 1, put it in there. Take awareness down 1. Take awareness down 1, put it in there. That'll do. Next. Now we have 12 points to put amongst combat skills, knowledge skills, and general skills. So as I said, we're going to make this guy an up-close shotgun wielder. So we want shotguns. 2nd level shotguns, 3rd level shotguns. We want him as a really good shotgun user. Don't really need anything else. Ideally you do kind of want a melee weapon type as well. Or your fists. Fists, blunt weapons, or bladed weapons. I won't do that for now. I'm going to knowledge skills. These are kind of like your in the field techniques, like for example picking locks, repairing stuff, etc. Again, my guy is just going to be an in-your-face, the solution to every problem is a shotgun, so I don't really need any knowledge skills. Let's go into general. So these can help you barter, they can make you be a kiss ass or a hard ass. These unlock additional options in dialogue trees. Now what I really want is leadership, because on my first made character I didn't really pay attention to leadership, and then when I got followers outside of my main party of 4, they would often ignore me because I didn't have a good enough leadership skills. So we're going to put 2 levels into leadership, and I'm going to be a smart arse, so we'll put 1 level into that, and then that is it. And I guess there's more to come. Southwestern folklore, I never noticed that before. That'll do. So then we need to make our name. Lightning Flik, just because. And religion, I have no idea if this makes any difference whatsoever. Let's be Hindu, just because. Let's smoke coffin nails, because that's where we'll end up. Let's be Russian again. Hello, I am also Russian. We'll be male. And let's do next. And then we get to pick what our characters like. There's a shortage at present of unique character portraits, so you'll probably see some of these being used by characters I'm speaking to in the game. Yeah, see, there is not a lot for your character. I guess this one kind of fits. That's not a shotgun he's holding, but it'll do. Plus the face is already kind of similar, so I just need to worry about my armour. Yeah, that'll fit. Oh, big backpack. Yeah, that'll do. And armoured legs, ideally. Yeah, that fits. Yeah, and that'll do. Yeah, I won't bother saving this one. And I apologise for the dog barking in the background. So yeah, that's my custom character. He's going to be the leader of my Ranger Recruit squad. And for the other 3 spaces, we're going to pick 3 of the pre-made characters. We're going to bring a sniper, because I love snipers, and he's better made than my custom one, that's for damn sure. We're going to bring a medic in the form of pills. I'm used to how she plays, so I can work with it. And on my other file, I took Widow O'Neill because she's a jack of all trades, so I thought that'd be fine. Techie. Let's take Hex, the techie. I've got no idea how she plays, but we'll run with it and we'll go straight into play. And there's going to be a load screen here. And as this reminds you, this is not a finished product. This is an early beta product, and as I say, it is early access on Steam. So if you buy in at this point, you're very much buying in to help them craft the finished product rather than enjoy the finished product. So do not buy in expecting a finished, polished, complete design. So the setup, as we'll see here, is a ranger named Ace was murdered, and we have attended his funeral. And we are then tasked with going to where Ace was murdered to pick up some supplies he dropped and then carry out his mission. Actually solving his murder is a side plot, and the main plot is voiced other than these parts of narration where it's describing who you're speaking to. There's a lot of talking, and normally I absolutely love this. I love in-depth conversations. I won't let it all play just for the sake of this video not running on too long, because it's probably going to be pretty long anyway. So let's hear a little bit of voice acting first.
I appreciate you coming to Captain Ace's retirement party. You hardly knew the man. Appropriate too, seeing as how investigating his death will be your first duty as a desert ranger.
So what I really like is we have these conversation kind of hot topics along the bottom here based on what we've heard. So he mentioned Ace, we can ask him about Ace. He's also mentioned our duty, and we can ask him about that. But what the game also lets you do is ask your own questions based on keywords you pick up yourself. It's not as in-depth as I would have liked it to be so far. It also isn't as intuitive as I would like. So for example, yes, we have a button that says duty. So if I was to type in what is our duty, I have got one of the keywords in there, but he won't really understand. That's the you didn't ask something that's relevant. But every so often you can ask a question yourself that the game hides from you, and you can get extra information, and I'm really impressed with that. I think it needs to be flushed out a bit more work put into it, but there is the base there of a really interesting feature. But anyway, we'll ask about duty. He's just going to tell us that our mission is to go, as I was saying, to where Ace died. As you can see, there's a lot of conversation options. I'm just going to fast forward them because I can explain what we're doing, and it'll stop us just having to listen. Although the voice acting, for the most part, is good. The side stuff doesn't have voice acting. Ah, right, okay, so here we go. We can pick different options here based on skills we have. So for example, I picked smartass, so I could technically say the smartass answer of the success of the mission is more important than testing us, blah blah blah. I'm just going to say goodbye just so we can get on with it, and then we'll get rid of some of these tutorials because I can explain myself what we're going to be doing, conversation skills, etc. Yep, fine. So this little dot matrix printer in the corner here is a record of what gets said. It also gives us information in battle and other things as well. We move as a squad, but we can just select individuals as well, and we can have a look at our character sheets here too. So I'm equipped with a basic shotgun, a pump action shotgun. Oh, I have a packet of cigarettes and some painkillers. Don't have any secondary weapon at present. And then we go to Cold Eye, who's a sniper. Ooh, you do not start with a lot of sniping rounds though, do you? You only start with 8. That's pretty damn bad. And then Pills starts with a pistol and some higher tier medical equipment. Trauma kits basically are like revive kits. Medical packs are better versions of painkillers. Fair enough. And she starts with a reasonable amount of pistol ammo. Right, so Hex is new to me. Oh, she starts with an energy weapon. Energy ammo is really rare, but that's usually because, yeah, they've got massive armor penetration energy weapons, so they're really good. So she'll need to conserve her ammo. Ideally I want to get her like a secondary pistol just so that she doesn't waste all the good ammo on small fry. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. So we can start moving here, playing as myself. We're all reloaded. Yep. So we can speak to General Vargas to get some more information. We can also examine Ace's grave here. Here lies Ace, born a man, died a desert ranger. We're also going to pick up the spade here. We're going to take it, and then I can add that to my hotbar. So if I see anything in the world that looks like it can get dug up, I can use the spade from my hotbar and do it. And that's what these tutorials are telling us about. But we'll just skip those because I know. So for example, if you have a lockpick skill and you find something that's locked, you can attempt to unlock it. The one I found the most important is, what is it called, brute force, because you can just ram down doors with a very high probability of success, and it's really, really helpful. The reason I didn't get it for this character is I know I can recruit someone who does have it. So as we come over here, we'll pass a vendor. Oh, and this is telling us about camera controls. Yep, zooming and panning, so I can turn with the Q and E keys. I can move the camera with the WASD keys, like so. I can zoom way out for a tactical overview, and I can zoom, well, so it starts at its base zoom. You can't go in any further than that. Don't really need to buy anything, but we could have a conversation. I won't bother. We'll move on and we'll get a little... This is kind of like a tutorial now about how combat works. So Rook is saying, hey Echo 1, mind picking up that can over there for me? It's got some water in it, so I'll go pick that up. And in doing so, Aberforth kicks me in the ass, and he finds that hilarious. Now if I wanted, I could turn and shoot Aberforth in the face with my shotgun, and he gets gibbed into a pile of blood, and then Rook and all his friends. That stops them laughing, but it also upsets them. So I'll be nice and I won't shoot poor Aberforth and turn him into mush. And yeah, we can just leave the Ranger Citadel at this point and carry out our mission of going to where Ace was murdered. But like most RPGs that play in this fashion, my natural instinct is, nope, I want to explore. So up here, we could go up here and chat to somebody who's removing some graffiti, but what is of importance is if we come down here, we can actually recruit a follower, which is different to a squad member. So we have this base set of 4 squad members. If they die, they can just go. They'll just be gone. There is permadeath. But you can also have up to 3 followers, and we can actually get one down here, although I just realised that's an area to dig, isn't it? Yep, alright, well, I didn't actually notice that last time, so we're going to dig this up and see what we get. I think it's randomised, what you get, but let's see anyway. It's crumpled greenback, in other words, it's old money from before the wastelands were a thing. I assume it's nuclear fallout, because it usually is, plus there's pockets of radiation on the world map that we'll get to in a second. But yeah, we can come down here and speak to Angela Death. She knew Ace, and I'm going to fast forward her dialogue. There's no actual speaking for her dialogue, but she has a lot of stuff you can ask about. Essentially, she knew Ace, and then she eventually offers you to be your bodyguard of sorts and to come with you as long as you promise to, off the record, solve Ace's murder. And if anybody asks, she's just kind of showing you around because you haven't been ordered to solve his murder. You've just been ordered to get the repeater units. So I am going to agree to help her when she asks eventually. So we'll say goodbye, she'll ask to come along, and I'll say yes. That gives us a follower. So if I didn't have a good leadership skill, I think this is what this is about to tell me actually, yep. She can actually just sometimes say, nope, I know better than you, I'm going to have a turn by myself. And usually when they act that way, they do not do what is in their best self-interests for survival. So it pays to have a good leadership skill in order to control your followers. Your squad members will always obey you, so that's fine. But for your followers, you need to have a high leadership, or they won't trust in your judgment. So yeah, we'll leave the Ranger Citadel, which is like their base, and we will go onto the world map, and we'll see how those mechanics work. As I've been saying, I've spent hours and hours and hours with Wasteland 2 so far. I still haven't run out of things to do in this build. I'm not even sure how much of the full game is in at present, but I've been massively enjoying myself. I love this type of game, especially when as much care and detail and work has gone in as it has here. I mean, the game was funded via Kickstarter. They asked for $900,000. They got 2.9 million. So the increased funds definitely show. Oh, okay, yep. And this is General Vargas. He's going to be our radio operator. If we want to level up once we get enough XP, we have to radio him to get a field promotion, and he also has information about what we're doing at the present time, etc. That's him just explaining that he's going to be our dispatcher. Roger out, etc. So this is what the world map looks like. We can just go for a random wander if we wanted. There's pockets of radiation to avoid because you don't start with much radiation defense. We also have water. If that runs out, we start taking damage over time, although there are oases we can find. Oasi? What is the plural of oasis? Either way, we can find places to stock up our water. Also, if we know any destinations, like for example the radio tower where Ace was murdered, we can press on it and press travel. And I don't believe this is randomised at present, so we should find an oasis not too far into our journey. We'll fill up our water, but then what can sometimes happen is we'll get attacked while filling up our water. Oh, or we could just randomly run into some combat here. Now, because Angela has the outdoorsman skill, we do have the option of attempting to run. We still get a little bit of XP, but not a lot. And it's better time than any, really, to show off some combat. So yeah, I'm going to attack. And we'll see what we're up against. So the turn order is decided by your initiative, which is in turn based on the stats you pick when you create a character, or, you know, your custom, your pre-made. A lot of the times... Oh god, have they right surrounded us? They have! That is not good. Although we haven't officially started combat yet, which is a little weird. That's very weird, in fact. Why is combat not started? Maybe this is a glitch? Oh, there we go. I just had to move a little bit to trigger it. Unfortunately, the enemy's going first, so we are going to take some damage here, unless they... Oh no, yep, they do shoot. Right, so we get to control Angela. Thankfully, she doesn't ignore us, and this is telling us about action points and action Q. I'm skipping through this because, believe me, it's a lot easier if I just explain it. So turn order is here. So it's going to be Angela, then it's going to be Deadeye, then Hex, and then Pills. And then two of the enemies, starting with this guy right here. So you have AP based on your stats that you made at character creation, and certain movements and things in battle use up more AP. So 1 AP to move there, 4 AP, 5 AP. Crouching to give you better dodge and better aim takes 2 AP, and then depending on the weapon you're equipped with, that takes a certain amount of AP to fire. So the machine gun she's using needs 5, but if I turn to burst fire mode, it now needs 6, but it will fire 3 times in one shot, and given point blank range, 98% chance to hit, I think this is the best situation to do that. And sure enough, he got absolutely annihilated. And this is teaching us about armor penetration. Armor values range from 0 to 10. Weapons have penetration values from 0 to 10. If you're under, you do less damage. Basic stuff. So she still has 4 AP left. I'm actually going to run her into cover, and you can tell that's cover because, can you see that icon? It's like a little kind of shield with arrows. It tells you the direction you are covered from. I'm going to run her into cover. She has 1 AP left over. I'll press end turn, and that will carry over to her next turn. The most you can carry over is 2, I believe. Ah, now that horseshoe means that I got a bonus AP on my sniper character, which is great, in fact. The blue indicates where I can move and still have enough AP to fire. Yellow means I've used up too much to fire with the currently equipped weapon, although if you have a secondary weapon, pistols generally need, say, 3 AP, so you have a much better movement. But this is my sniper, so if I use up... You need to be very aware that friendly fire is a thing in the game, so I need to make sure I'm well out of the way of my people. I don't have enough to crouch first, so we'll just need to take the 74% chance. Got him in 1. Excellent shot. So this is Hex. And she's using an energy weapon that'll penetrate his armor for sure. He's only got 2 armor. We'll run her up to here. She'll get into cover. It improves her aim and her dodge chance. 86% chance. Go for it. Knocked him over but didn't kill him. He'll stand straight back up. And she can't fire again. There is another mode you can go into called ambush mode. The best comparison for that would be Overwatch in XCOM. It means you fire at the first enemy that comes in range. The tutorial for ambush said that the ambush cost is usually to fire the gun plus 1. So her gun needs 4 AP to fire, so ambush should be 5, but it says 4. So I think there's a glitch in the calculations there. And there are glitches. I have suffered glitches, both story related and just general graphics. Oh, she got a bonus AP thanks to luck stat as well, and she's just using a pistol or a revolver. Get in cover, Pills, and take him out. Nope, take him out. Ah, not quite enough, and you don't have enough AP, so that'll carry over. He's going to get to slash someone with his knife. He missed. This is me with my shotgun. Shotguns have wide arcs, so if I was to shoot from here, I would definitely hit Hex. I'm going to go right into his face and do that. There we go. We get XP, we also then get to do loot. And there's a breakdown of how the XP was earned. I'll select the whole party first of all and press reload, so everybody reloads, and then we'll see what loot we get. Got a knife. That's a good alternative weapon for, say, Hex, maybe if I train her in it. Some general pistol ammo. We'll give that to... Who fired more? We'll give it to Pills. Trauma kit goes to Pills because she's my medic. And Spike, that's just junk to sell. Didn't we kill 3 people? Oh yeah, 1 person was out of range of the loot pool. So what do we get off of this guy? A nose ring. Ugh, that's for selling. And a med pack. That's going to go to Pills as well. Excellent. So that was your first glimpse of combat. And I love the combat system in this game. It's very fluid. It works. I just like it. I can't really think of any faults with it unless you just fundamentally don't like this style of combat. But as I was saying, yes, there are bugs at present. Like, for example, Angela and all followers, I think, they get pissed off if you kill innocent people, because you shouldn't be killing innocent people as a ranger, fair enough. But I found someone who wasn't responsible for Ace's death, but kind of just accidentally let it happen. So Angela took revenge on the guy by blasting him with her with her machine gun. She killed them, and then afterwards she said, "How dare you kill an innocent? You shouldn't do that one more time and I'm gone." It was like I was getting blamed for something she did, so clearly there's sometimes a bit of oversight. Yeah, so that was an encounter that I wasn't expecting. We're going to carry on to the radio tower though, which is over yonder. We have to be careful to avoid pockets of radiation because I do not want damaged. We should also find that oasis I mentioned. Oh, the radiation's starting to tick up a little bit. It's because it's round about down here-ish. There's the oasis. That's just telling us about water, which is fine. We'll go stock up, because why not? Yep, fill please. We may get an event as we leave. We're getting the tutorial about radiation because it's right above us. We'll come over this way. I just selected it myself because I'm pretty sure the radio tower is right here. If it isn't... oh, there it is, right there. That's fine. And we shouldn't get any more random encounters, maybe? Nope, good. So let's push on. We'll get into a bit more combat. We'll also have a bit more conversation with some NPCs and whatnot. We'll see a bit of the story play out. I don't mind showing off too much of these early stages because there's a lot here. And let's get into the next area. There we go. Oh yeah, we have to call home.
Roger that, Echo 1. When you reach the area where Ace's body was found...
Alright, yep, so he's just telling us to look around. This is where something interesting came up, because obviously that's where they found Ace, that's his blood pile, and we're going to be following that. But I had someone with the perception skill, and I was able to pulse it, and it highlighted something in the scenery you might otherwise miss. Now, I don't have perception on this character, but do any of my other guys do? No, he's got some kind of repair. That's medicine and reviving people. Oh, yes, she does. So if I do perception with this... right, it's not here. I know for a fact in one of these bushes AC's badge is hidden. Oh, there it is. Right there. And in finding that, I'll give it to Angela because it seems most fitting. We get a little bit of bonus XP and we can also hand it in later on as a side quest to get an additional reward. So side quests are blue, red ones are main. Right, we'll go back to controlling myself because up ahead, as we follow the blood trail, we're going to run into some junkies. So you can actually talk your way out of this encounter, and that's what I did my first time, because if you had the smart arse skill, which I do, you can confuse the junkies into letting you past. In the effort of showing off more combat, I think what I'll do this time is I'll deliberately push for the violent outcome, because they want us to have, like, they want us to pay to get in here. So I did like the smart ass option here of tricking them, saying, well, hang on a minute, this is owned by the Rangers, so that cancels it out. No, but we're going to pick play. We're going to say, nope, we're going to pay in hot lead, and instantly combat begins. Now, who gets first turn? Ah, he does, that's annoying. The enemy always seems to get first turn, and he took a shot at me, that's not too bad. We're using pills currently, so who gets the first turn next? One of the dogs he's got, and that is a minging dog. 80% chance to hit? Do it. Do it. Nice. 2 AP left, she's just going to... I should have crouched first, actually, I should have done the math prior. Who is this? This is my sniper. Sniper's going to move here and snipe the dog. Got him in one, excellent. Oh, I forgot to equip the knife. Damn. Can I do that in combat? Let's test. Oh, I can see the... Can I? I can. I can equip in combat. Interesting. Didn't know that. So if I wanted, I could change weapon, rather than waste energy ammo, I'm just meaning. And I could go slash this guy. Probably doesn't have a great percent... oh, 35% chance, because she's not trained in using blades yet. When she levels up, I can do that. Screw it, I'll waste energy ammo. It's not like I'm saving this save file anyway, so we'll run over here, shoot him in the side, and miss. Fine. This is Angela. I'll just get her to shoot the dog, because the dog was getting the next turn, so that seemed the best bet. She can then crouch, and then end turn. He shouldn't make it close enough to hurt anybody. Yeah, he had to use his full AP to run up. He'll probably be the same. And next it should be my turn. Oh, so nice of you both to line up. Got them both. Oh wait, no, he's still alive. He got knocked over though. That leaves me with 4 AP, which is not enough to do much really. I'm just going to run over here. Right, this is a sniper. Can't 0% chance because you have to shoot at further away targets. Oh, and you get... Yeah, I've got a negative because there's an enemy right next to me. Do you have an alternative weapon? No, you've got fists. Can I punch him? 25% chance, not really worth it. If I move here, am I still being interfered with? I am. Screw it, just try it anyway. Oh, 29% chance, this clearly isn't XCOM. Burst fire, kill him. There we go, done. We get rewards, we all reload. We loot bodies. And that is the ebb and flow of Wasteland 2, other than when you do story stuff. And some exploration, got some random money. What is that? Tobacco, fine. And a dog collar covered in blood. Yeah, I'm sure someone will buy that. So here is one of the... Oh, hang on. One of the dogs was too far away to get in the loot pile, so let's just do that. Another bloody dog collar. Whatever. Yeah, so here's the radio transceiver that Ace was working on. You can examine it. It's splattered with blood, so that's probably where the fighting happened. Now, there should be a way to use perception skill if I switch to Hex. No? Yes, see, look, that's found something different about this. So if we examine this, we see that duct tape to one of the legs is a transistor, and if you have someone with basic repair skills, you can actually attempt to repair it. Our sniper has basic repair skills, so 77% chance? Yeah, go for it, see what happens. I think this reactivates the tower, actually. So we'll see now. He was successful, he gets some XP. And I believe now we can use it, can we? Oh, it's just activated. Fair enough. And there's also a page from Ace's logbook over here that we can pick up, and then we get a bit of XP for finding it. We can also read it for some information. It's a little illegible, but we can work out that Ace was travelling with a merchant of some kind, and maybe he saw what happened. So other than that, we can come over here and actually see the point at which Ace was mortally wounded before crawling away. And we see that there's some oil. Blood and oil mix in the sand. This must have been where Ace and his mysterious assailant duked it out. So now we have to follow the oil trail. And as we do, I'll kind of once again reiterate that I am having a massive amount of fun with Wasteland 2. There is a problem though. The buy-in price to this early access is £34.99. That is massively expensive. Why is it so expensive? Well, because when they were doing the Kickstarter, the tier to get access to the game via early access on Steam cost that much. So if they didn't do it at that price, they would be betraying their Kickstarter backers. So that's why it's that price, and that's also why you have to remember that if you buy into an early access game, you're not buying a finished product. Ooh, free pistol, nice. You are buying into something which is not done, and because you want to help support its creation. So if you're looking at Wasteland 2 as something just to play and enjoy, should you buy in now? My answer would be no, because I think the asking price is too steep for someone purely wanting to play the game. If you want to support the game, support it through to completion, to see it released and finished properly, then by all means. But yeah, that price is just a bit too steep for me to give my recommendation to it, even though I have enjoyed playing it so much. I mean, do not get me wrong, I might be mentioning the price as a negative, but the game is massively fun. I think that's twice I've said that now, but it just is. Faults? Yes, it's buggy a little bit. I've not run into any bugs that have ruined the game for me, as long as you save regularly just in case. Is this even the right cave? I think it is. If it is the right cave, we'll have to fight a large mutant frog, and that's kind of what I was looking for, just to get a bit more combat on camera. I think combat is probably where most people would find the fun. Oh yeah, there it is. So what I can do is I'll move the squad up a little bit, but I won't do anything else yet. Individual squad member, sniper, come over here, crouch, 84% chance, do it. We open the combat with already doing damage. I'm not sure if that's by design that you can do that, but I find it very fun, because that's him. Yeah, he's lost like a third of his HP already, which is just as well really, because these frogs have a very irritating move where, oh, I get another shot already, an irritating move where they steal a weapon from you and you won't get it back until you kill them and gut them. Oh yeah, knew he was going to miss because it was too close. You should be able to safely fire. Yeah, he's got a lot of HP though. And let's run you over here. Energy weapon, oh, you can't fire because I'd block the shot. Can I move in? Yeah, this should be okay. So to fire twice. Yep, good. No, oh yes, I thought I lost control over there. We'll run there, we'll fire 3 times, this might kill it. Not quite, not quite. We shall crouch, in turn. My shotgun blast should do it. Oh, 92% chance and I missed. 92% chance. This is a XCOM after all, and he just stole... Whose weapon was that? Was that Hex's? No, that was Pill's weapon. The bastard. Oh, Sniper, you're just missing all over the joint, aren't you? Do it. There we go. So we have leveled up, so that means I can get to show that off before we kind of start wrapping up. A lot of people leveled up, in fact, although I might get a tiny bit more XP first. Right, hang on. Everybody reload, let's get the gun back and give it to who it belongs to. We'll just carry everything else, and it does it automatically re-equip. I'm willing to bet that it doesn't. Indeed it does not, so we'll re-equip there. Everyone else fine? Yep. Must be aware though, my sniper's only got 2 bullets left, which is not good, especially because he kept on missing. Alright, she won't let me do anything with her equipment. So we come in here. Oh, we've got a treasure box over here. Some more pills and medicine. That can go to him. That can go to her, rather. And over here we found what we were looking for. The thing that Ace had that we need. The repeaters for the radio towers. So we'll take those. That should give us some more XP, perhaps. Oh, once we radio in. Although first of all we're going to examine that. That's from Ace's logbook as well. It gives us an optional location to visit. The Rail Nomads camp. You can also pick up another page of his logbook, which we're going to do to get some XP. You can read that as well for some information. Who is Matthias? I don't even know the answer to that yet in my other game. So we can call in now.
Echo 1, go ahead.
And we're talking about the dead robot that's sitting over there. So the undercurrents, at least as far as I can tell so far, is that there's some robot synthetic presence that's wanting to kill the Rangers. And now we get given the 2 locations that Ace wanted to go to with the repairs. The AG Centre and Hypo. As you start approaching them, you get radio calls from both with different threats. And you don't have time to visit both, so you have to pick which you want to visit, and the other one gets destroyed. So it's a bit arbitrary, but there are decisions in the game where you influence how the world changes. So yeah, we're just going to ask about that. Towers, dish. One of them has a tower, one of them has a satellite dish. Synthetics are robots, copy, we should get XP, and that gave everybody apart from Angela enough to level up, so we have to call straight back, unfortunately. Report in. Field promotions, you get full health when you level up as well, which is very handy. You can kind of manipulate when you choose to do the level up as a result. So that gives us some skill points to distribute. So I could say raise my smart ass skill, raise my leadership. I'm going to raise my leadership just to keep everybody in line. I could also invest in a new skill. I've got 1 point available. I could... Well, you need 2 to unlock basically everything, so I can just basically have that 1 carry over. Go to Deadeye, he's got 3 points. He's going to be better at sniping, and we'll save the 1 point. Pills, what can we do with pills? I'm going to... Actually, yeah, I know something we can test on camera here, so I'm going to give her a computer science level, and then also upgrade it. And then commit. Then we go to Hex. We want to give her a new skill because I've given her a knife, so we want her to have blade weapon skill. So we're going to give her that. And yeah, we'll level her up so she's 2 across the board. But she already had 2 in computer level skill. Damn it. I wasted points. I should have paid more attention. Never mind, as I say, this save isn't being kept because I have one much further along. Because what we can do is use perception on the robot, and there's some kind of crystal lodged in its chest. So then what we can do is someone who has skills has a 62% chance of doing something, and let's see if this works or not. It will probably fail if things go the way they did last time for me. Oh! Success! That's not going to work on this thing, it's way too broken. So I guess even if you succeed you still don't get a positive result. That's a shame. So yeah, I'll start finishing up here, but also I'll try and get into one more fight. I know where there's some more junkies we can have a fight with, as I was just getting around to doing my final thoughts. My final thoughts are Wasteland 2 is a massively addictive, compelling, well-made game. I've been having tons of fun with it so far. I would say if you're not interested in helping the production, avoid it for now. Add it to your wish list. Wait until it's fully released, or until it at least comes down to a more reasonable price, although keep in mind the price it's currently at is due to Kickstarter backer levels. They're not being greedy, it's as a result of that. And we're going to enter this fight the same way we entered the frog fight, by taking our sniper, by crouching and shooting this man in the back of the skull with a 91% chance and killing him. Yeah. Oh, they're calling for backup. That probably won't save you. Wow, I get another turn with my sniper straight away. That usually doesn't happen. Are you in range? Yeah, you are. So I could use 2 to crouch and still have enough to fire. Oh, sniper, you're just on fire since I leveled you up. Okay, we can run forwards with her. She's using her energy weapon. He's in range, actually. Finish him. Okay, this fight is probably going to go a lot quicker than I realised. Let's run all the way up there with her. And we'll put her on ambush / overwatch, depending on what game name or game term you prefer. Pills can run up here and crouch. She doesn't need to get into combat too much. She gets extra HP when XP when she heals people and whatnot. And then this is me. I need to get in everybody's face, so I will run into cover. I guess there is at least... oh yeah, there's one enemy left somewhere. Oh, there he is, right there. Triggered the ambush. The ambush killed him. Once you've had experience in combat, the early combats become so much easier. I struggled at first with the combat. And then, yeah, we go in the same routine. We can loot some stuff from the corpses, and that is it. So, once again, definitely have this one on your radar. It is well made. I'm very impressed with it. I've been enjoying it a lot. I'm still probably going to be carrying on playing it in my off time, off camera, even though I've now produced this. Let's look at it. Probably ran on a lot as well. I apologise if it has, but I had a lot to say and a lot to show about this game. I hope from what you've seen, you've been able to see whether or not this is your type of game. If you just don't like this type of battle system, fair enough, it probably isn't for you. I was trying to decide whether it leans more heavily on the combat side or the story side. I think it strikes a very good balance between the two, so I can't really fault it there either. The price is the only sticking point. I've explained why it is the price it is. This has been Wasteland 2 by NXIO Entertainment. There will be relevant links in the description box below for you to check it out on Steam or elsewhere. My name has been Flik. Stay tuned for more gaming stuff, and ta-ta for now.